Hi, my name is Brenda Nelson. Thank you for choosing my video resume today. I'm an accountant by trade. I have had 3 years of accounting experience in the fast-paced business office of a new and used vehicle dealership. I am responsible for the final verification of every car deal that goes through the store. After this final verification, the information is then entered into the dealership accounting software. At month's end, the comptroller and myself comb through all of the scheduled accounts and make any necessary adjustments. Prior to this position, I worked as an accounts receivable and payroll clerk for a lottery lounge business with multiple locations. I owned my own small business, and I also worked as an accounts receivable clerk at a local hardware and building store. To say that I enjoy working with numbers is an understatement. I would work well in a multicultural environment. I feel that everyone has something to teach, and I want to learn everything so that I can be a better person. I also believe in listening to what a person has to say and honestly trying to see things from their perspective. The Philomath in me, from the Big Five test, loves to learn new things. I want to always keep learning. I can't imagine not learning something new every day. I want to know how things work, what makes them tick. I find that I have a better understanding of the big picture if I understand how all the little pieces work and fit together. My self-esteem could use some work. Taking more control of my life, both personally and professionally, will improve my self-esteem. My self-image is poor, but can be improved with a more up-to-date wardrobe and a more active lifestyle. Emotional intelligence is an area where I not only lack experience, I lack basic knowledge as well. I want to take classes to increase my understanding in this area. A better education in emotional intelligence will help me understand my coworkers and employees and create a friendlier work environment. I prefer to get my work done quickly and tend to get impatient when the answers aren't immediately available. I have improved in this area over the years, becoming more patient and willing to wait for the other person to get back to me. There is room for improvement, however, and as a manager, I must be willing to wait for employees to find the answer or solve the problem on their own so that they can learn from experience instead of having someone else do it for them. While I am not personally particularly creative, I can follow directions very well. I can improve processes after I have learned how they work. Once I have seen how the process is currently being done, I often see a more efficient way of completing the task, often using more updated technology as well. In my current position, there is little need for team building. There are only 5 people in the entire accounting and business office, and that includes a human resources manager and the comptroller. Consequently, the main team building activities are simply being friendly and open communication, especially since most of our duties kind of overlap. Frequent and open communication has saved us from duplicating work or letting things slip through the cracks. Talking back and forth about issues and missing paperwork keeps everyone in the loop, and it gets results. The love language profile shows that I appreciate words of affirmation and quality time over other forms of affection. While this is what I prefer, I'm not very good at giving them to others. I know that a kind word or a sincere thank you goes a very long way, but I have a difficult time using them. This is an area that definitely needs improvement. I ask lots of questions so I can learn more about the other person and what they're looking for, either in the scope of their job or just in general. I do need to be careful about how I ask these questions so that I don't lead that other person to think they've done something wrong. I need to listen to their answers and reflect back to them what I think the conversation is about so that we clearly understand one another. The question asking works with the truth seeker leadership style. I want to be fair, so I have to know all the details before I make a decision, especially if it affects others. If I'm going to change a policy or a procedure, I want everyone to understand why and how it will change their jobs. And I want everyone to be happy about the change, even if I have to be the one to convince them that it's a positive change. I have a very defined sense of ethics and can be trusted to do what is right. I always try to do what is good for the customer and the business, as long as it is legal and ethical. I think this relates to my low need for power and influence. I want to be taken seriously, but not at the cost of my integrity. Power does no good if it isn't used for the good of others. I have trouble handling conflict. I would rather avoid it. If I can solve a problem myself instead of bugging someone else to do it, especially when they clearly would rather not, I'll just do it myself. I trust that others will clean up their own messes, but I am learning that not everyone is capable, and some prodding is necessary. This is in keeping with the peacekeeper personality result from the Big 5 test. With this kind of personality, I just want everyone to get along. I prefer harmony. I want to be the one to help solve the problem and get everyone to work together. I like to be close to my supervisors, or at least feel like they are open to listening to what I have to say. And I appreciate environments that stress working together as a team to achieve business-related goals. That being said, I prefer to work at my desk with plenty of elbow room. The MTBI personality assessment appears to back up this feeling. As an INTJ, introverted, intuitive, thinking, and judging personality, I like to work alone. I appreciate logic and the way things fit together, but I always try to look ahead at the end result, what the completed project will look like. My biggest fear in the working environment is uncertainty. I want to know that my job is safe, and I prefer my duties to be clearly defined. I like work that is challenging but well-defined. If I understand the desired end result and have a well-structured way to get started, I'll jump right into the project. Once a company, business, or supervisor has shown me that they are fair and consistent and that my job is secure, I'm the most loyal employee ever. I will stand up for my company if I am certain they are being ethical and truthful. Leadership is currently not a strength for me. I will work to improve this by watching my current supervisors and by taking advantage of training opportunities. I will also cultivate relationships with fellow employees so that I have a strong support system for when I move up to management level. Thanks for watching.